Defense wins championships. That's more true now than ever. And the same goes in ESPN College Hoops 2K5. Offense may have all the flash, but no one wins on these courts without solid defense. Since there's no ball handler on defense, you can swap control to any one of your players at any time. The default player you're controlling is the one playing the same position as the ball handler. So after a tip-off or an inbound pass, you'll control the point guard. Press the A button to swap control to another player. You'll automatically swap to the player closest to the ball. If you're already controlling that player, you'll control the next closest. The B button has your player go for the steal. If you manage to swipe the ball, you'll knock it loose and have to pick it up before the other team does. Only go for the steal when the ball handler is dribbling and when the ball is close to your player. Otherwise, you may be called for a reach-in foul. Press the X button to jump. Use this to block a shot or a dunk. If you use turbo while blocking, you'll swat at the ball, making it more likely to block the shot, but also more likely to knock it out of bounds, returning possession to the other team. Press the Y button to block an isomotion move. When the player you're guarding makes an isomotion attempt, you can draw a charging foul by getting in the way of the drive. The Y button will make your player automatically jump into the driving path to stop the isomotion move, but you have to press it early. If you press it too late, you won't get your feet set, and you'll end up with a blocking penalty. Pull the left trigger while guarding the ball handler to call for a double team. The next closest player will join you in guarding the ball handler going for the trap. If you want to control a defender that isn't the closest to the ball, press the black button for the icon switch. The other 4 players will each be assigned a button. Press the button for the player you want to control. Press the white button to bring up the play call menu, just like playing offense, except now you'll have your team's defensive plays mapped to each button. The default plays are basic, but you can assign advanced defensive plays by pressing the Start button to pause the game, then selecting Coaching, then Playbooks. Choose the defensive playbook type. From there, pick the plays you want assigned to the 4 buttons. You can also access the play call menu by pressing any direction on the directional pad. And just like with offense, you can adjust your team's tempo and pressure settings. You can further control how your team plays defense by adjusting your coach settings. Press Start to pause the game, then choose Coaching, then Coach Settings. Use the black and white buttons to switch between Auto Settings and Coach Profile. Auto Settings lets you decide how much you want the CPU to handle and how much you want to handle yourself. And Coach Profile gives you sliders to determine how aggressive your team is and what defensive plays they would use if you don't specify a play through the play call menu. Press defenses are an effective tool in college basketball, so be sure to choose the best press settings for the team that you're challenging. There's even more pressure control by choosing the pressure menu. Here you can check out how your defenders' biorhythms are matching up with their competitors and can see how tightly they'll pressure the offense when going man-to-man. You can even automate double teaming by going into the double team menu. Finally, you can't call a timeout while you're playing defense, but you can have your player commit an intentional foul by clicking the right thumbstick. The player closest to the ball, whether user-controlled or CPU-controlled, will automatically foul the ball handler. Now that you know how to play the game, you're ready to take to the court. But before you start up a season, spend some time in practice mode to get familiar with the controls. Everything improves with practice, so take the time you need to become strong with your skills. And once you're ready, start up a season in legacy mode and get set to take your college to the championships here on ESPN College Hoops 2K5.